Čau, v dnešním videu uvidíte rozhovor s paní manažerkou bytových komplexů tady v LA. Bude se jednat úplně o to nejlevnější bydlení, které si tady můžete pronajmout. Budeme se bavit o Koreatownu. Když se bavíme o té ceně, tak cena odpovídá kvalitě a samozřejmě nejenom kvalitě ubytování, ale i toho, co tam děje. Paní manažerka nechtěla být úplně při tom rozhovoru ve videu, ale namísto toho nám poskytla záběry z bezpečnostních kamer toho všeho, co se tam děje. Proto je nutné, abyste viděli i předchozí díl, kde nám paní manažerka ukázala celý ten bytový komplex, abyste pochopili úplně veškeré souvislosti toho, jak to tady funguje. Protože zvlášť co se týče ubytování, v LA to funguje úplně jinak než v Česku. Jdem na to.
I believe that the area is transitioning, so it was a lower income area that's transitioning into a happening spot.
What is the regular price in your building, like average? $1,500?
$1,450.
Okay. I've seen there is like 20 security cameras right on this wall.
Yes.
On the LCD display.
And the noise was just telling me that there was like 0.7 miles away there was a robbery.
You have the neighbor app? Is this the neighbor app?
It's Citizen. It's from the police department.
Oh, this is from police department?
It's a Citizen app, yeah. And whenever that goes off, that means I look down, and one time it was like some guys running down Toronto with a gun. Police are in foot pursuit. I'm like... yeah, so that's...
Because I have similar app, it's called Neighbor.
Yeah, I have that one too.
Yeah, and it's ridiculous what you can get from there. So I feel like in this area, that must ring all the time, right?
Yeah.
So since you have those cameras over there on the wall, you must have seen some crazy shit, right?
Yeah, like, I have. I can send you some of that too if you want. Yeah, just from it's obviously it's a lot of theft, a lot of breaking in and just stealing anything they can get their hands on, and bikes out of the garage and packages.
Bikes out of the garage. They will actually break into garage to steal a bike.
Yeah.
Bike which is worth maybe online for $100.
Yeah, if that. Yeah.
If that, right?
It's crazy. And I mean, they'll steal packages, mail. They still rent checks out of the Dropbox. Yeah.
They steal the checks from.
They did. Yeah. They got their fingers down on the slot somehow.
I mean, what you can do with a check which you steal? Nothing. Really.
Yeah, they have to stop payment on it at the bank and write another one.
No, I know. Yeah, I got it. But like, if somebody will steal the check, like
they wash them, I think.
What?
They have a process of. Okay, look, I know this now.
That's great.
They wash them. There's a way that they wash them and write them, and then to them they write them like to their friend or something. I don't know, but there's a way they wash them. Literally, that takes the ink off of what's written, and they can write whatever they want on it.
Wow, that's insane. So how about when you have those cameras and you see that there is something going on? What are the steps? Are you gonna call the cops? Did somebody grab into your garage, or?
I have the LAPD email. I just sent them another break-in. I sent them the video, or another theft. I sent them the video.
Do they actually respond, or they don't care?
I wouldn't say they don't care. I would say that they have too much to do, and they're more. I mean, I've had to call them 4 or 5 times for them to actually come here. And it was, I had a kid, well, I thought he was a kid out back, and he was obviously high on whatever. He was smoking something that smelled like chemicals, I don't even know, and he was setting my plants on fire, and so I had to call the fire department to put the fire out. And then...
He was setting your plants on fire?
On the plants on fire, yeah. And so then, he jumped on this vacant lot, it hadn't been dug yet, and he was throwing bricks at my head. I was like... and so I was calling him, like, you have to get, this guy is like, you have to come and get him. Yeah. And it took 5 calls before they came. And then they acted like they were mad at me. Come out there, they're like, okay. So, I think they're just like, this got too much, and they have to focus on what they deem as important, and a phone call from here is not important. So I email them. Do I hear back? Rarely. But they have the videos, and the one detective that was here, he was telling me they have
So the detective actually comes here?
Yeah, I had a detective here. It was for a murder case, though.
For murder?
I was subpoenaed for a murder case, yeah. I told you about that, right? I was like crying because I had to go to court. Because I've never been subpoenaed before, but one of my tenants, her boyfriend, went to South Central and murdered somebody in it, so there was a whole big case. And
What?
And I had to verify that was him on our video, and that it came from here, and that he lived here, and yeah, court case and stuff. Yeah. So when the detective was here, he was telling me if you sending the videos, it's good because they have new technology where they scan them. And it has face recognition. It can tell you if that person's ever been arrested, and it can tell you their name.
So it's like
he said to still send them. Like they are not giving me the information of the name and stuff, but they're able to tell who's doing the break-ins and robberies and such.
So I mean, you must seen a lot, right? Have you ever felt like that there is something going on like towards you, like that you felt like in danger or something like that?
Oh yeah, the guy that I told you I had to call 5 times for them to come and get as soon as he got out. I think they held him 3 days. Yeah, he came looking for me, looking for it because he had left his backpack out there. Obviously, his backpack had drugs or something in it. I don't know. I don't know what happened to it, but he said I took it. So he came, in my face. From after he got released, came right back here.
So
and
they released him.
I was acting like I wasn't scared, but I was going.
Wow.
Yeah, I went to run, and then he moved in across the street. So. I'm not even joking, yeah. So I would see him like a lot, but I don't see him anymore. I don't know, he must have been arrested again maybe, I don't know.
What do you actually need besides having the money to rent the place? Like,
well, you have to fill an application out, and if you're...
How much is the application fee?
$30. And if you're coming from another country though, then you don't have to pay the $30. The $30 is to cover security, is to cover credit check. Is to cover credit check, but you can't check your credit if you're from another country.
So how you can actually rent the place if you're coming from other country?
You have to show your bank statement, you have to show proof of income, proof of funds. So
you don't need a social security number to rent the place here? Huh, interesting.
No, but you have to show proof of funds, and then a lot of times, you'll have to do a maybe 2-month deposit because they're not really sure about you.
How much money you need on the bank account then?
You have to be able to show proof of income, that you make
let's say $5,000 a month.
Twice the rent.
Okay.
Twice the rent in a month.
Okay. So like $3,000 a month.
Yeah, that's all. I mean, it's not a lot.
Wow. And that's all you need.
Pretty much, and of course your ID and stuff. We have to, we have to do a copy of your passport or.
What's the length of the lease? Like
1 year, yeah.
1 year?
1 year. And then it goes to month. So basically after a year, you automatically go month to month. You can stay as long as you want. You have to just give 30-day notice that you're leaving. So do you have here some people who live here for decades? Really? I have a guy from the 80s here.
From 80s? How much he's paying for that rent?
Well, we're under rent control, so rent control, the percent of the 3%. Increase is dictated by the city, huh?
Is it 3%?
No, it was 6% this year. It goes up and down, but it was 6% this year. So the most that they can raise is 6%. So if he came in really low, I mean, he's paying probably less than a studio. Yeah.
Wow. So let's say like $1,200.
Yeah, he's pretty good. And then I have people in studios that are, they're at 1,000 or 1,100, and our studios are running at 1,450, 1,500. So but they've been here so long, and by law, and rent control, you can only increase that amount, whatever they say percent that year. So.
So after work, do you go outside, just hang out on the street? No.
I never go out after dark here. I had to go one time because I had to go to CVS, and I called my friend and said, "I'm leaving now. If I don't call you back." Send somebody looking for me. Yeah, so it's
I'm dead.
It's not. I mean, I don't think it's not that drastic. Like when you walk down, you don't see people hanging out. But you have to be aware.
Yeah.
And the people that I've seen stuff happen to, it's usually a single girl. She has her headphones in. She's not paying attention to her phone. You got to be aware of what's going on in the street. You got to look around. You got to, and if you are, you're fine. I have, lots of tenants that never have a problem. So you just you got to be what's going on in the street. You don't want to go if there's a group of people across the street. So. What
was the most ridiculous stealing situation you ever seen on the video or in person?
Well, they stole my picture off my wall in the lobby.
Your picture?
They stole they stole Marilyn Monroe off the wall. So I had to get it remade. Yeah. I thought that was just so.
Who did that?
Oh no! Wait, I have a better one. They stole their vacuum cleaner. I'm not even joking. Our little vacuum cleaner, we had left it out here in the corner, and that night they stole it. It's just a little dirt devil like this big. They stole the vacuum cleaner. I wonder what the street value is at.
Like,
or a doormat.
dollar.
A doormat was another one too. Like seriously, doormat.
Doormat.
Yeah, what street value? I don't know.
There's no street value.
I know, right? But they did. They stole a doormat.
So what is the average length of life for a bicycle in the garage?
The bicycles. Yeah, I usually tell tenants, you know, if you have a nice bike of any like value, like what he has, I would take it to your apartment. Like just take it up in the elevator and take it to your apartment, because I can't guarantee that they're not going to come back with tools and saw off your.
The funny part is like how they bring power tools to cut something off and nobody hears anything.
Yeah, it's in the garage. You don't really hear anything. I mean, you can't really hear in the garage. I mean, I don't. I'm in the back of the building, but you don't really hear. I don't know, but they came back. Yeah, they came back. It was like, you know, like I don't know, 1:30 a.m. People are sleeping, and they came back with power tools and their extension cord, and they sawed off the locks of the bikes and took them. So.
Wow.
And if they couldn't have the lock, they probably just sawed the bike rack. I mean, they had a big old saw, you know.
That's crazy.
Well,
so it must
you would think they'd just bring like.
Yeah, right, and like just.
No, also
cut it off and
I'll send you guys the stills of these guys with their freaking electrical stuff.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, they came back 3 times, so I have them, and they each time it was just like the same 3 guys.
That would be ridiculous.
Yeah. I had a girl that came back twice too. One night she came during the day. She came with, you know how they deliver this.
They come multiple times.
Oh yeah, all the time. You know they have the food deliveries that are kind of in those green containers that they leave sitting out. That's what she came in with, and then she just went and collected all the packages in the hall and put them in there and left.
Like the package stuff.
Like people that pack, yeah, like they deliver.
On that app, that's like very common thing. I see package theft all the time.
On that neighbor app,
on their neighbor, all the time.
They have one with Ring too. You know what Ring is?
Yeah, Ring and neighbor.
If you have that app,
yeah, they
put them on there. People stealing.
The Ring is the camera. That films them even at night.
And even some people stealing the Ring, stealing it. They have them on camera.
Really?
Yes.
That's ridiculous. Yes. George told me that there is some scary stuff going on here once in a while. Can you tell me more about that?
Well, I had just started. I was here maybe 2 weeks, and the girl that was training me, and she was training another girl. So it was 3 of us, 3 property managers. We were on the 6th floor here, and she was showing me a vacant unit. 605 at the time was vacant. And when we walked down the hall, there was this doormat that was in the center of the hallway. So the girl that was training us, she put it back against 604's door, and we went in 605, the 3 of us. And we were in there talking for a while, and then when we came back out, the doormat was in the center of the hall again. So I pushed it with my foot back against 604's doorway, and then we all 3 took like maybe 2 steps, and we heard like, and we turned around in that friggin' mat, and lifted up, and went back to the center of the hall. Yeah, so that's where I was like, okay, I like took off running to the elevator, and those 2 were just like frozen. They weren't moving, they were just frozen. And it was like, I was glad it was 3 of us though, because people would think I'm a little off upstairs, but no. And yeah, there's a lot of like, just weird happenings. Like, I had told them too, like my Alexa went off, and it was playing this old like jazz, and you can hear the record player. You know how the record player used to make that static, the vinyl? Yeah. And it's playing like 1930s jazz music. It's very bizarre. And I can send you that too. And then, I mean, there's just, I mean, I know because of my fur babies too. They see what I don't see.
Oh, the dogs. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they see him like both of them will be like. I mean, I'm not even kidding, and I'm like.
And you're like, wow, but the rent is cheap.
Yeah, when they're looking, it's really bad when they're looking behind you though. Like when they're like. You're like,
when they're looking behind you?
Like, yeah, they've done that before where they're both like, look, and I'm all. Well, the thing is too, the temperature drops, like it gets really cold. Like, it literally significantly cold, whatever.
When they're looking around?
Whenever they're, Whenever they're, but you can hear the dogs in the building go off. It's almost like going like, you hear these dogs, and when I'm in the back, you know.
What if somebody doesn't pay rent? How often is that happening?
Oh, it happens. You go through a whole process for eviction. And basically, we give them every opportunity to make payment plans. Like, I've had a couple on very extensive payment plans, but as long as they make every payment they've agreed to, then, you know, we allow them to stay.
What
so
can
it's very,
the payment look like?
I mean, sometimes, like, if they owe say they owe, like, a super large amount. Let's say they owe, like, $4,000. Okay, so they're more than...
It's like 3 rents.
Yeah, more than, yeah. So, you know, they might make arrangements to pay like $800 every 2 weeks or whatever, you know, and they'll eventually get caught up. It takes them a long time, but as long as they stick to the plan that they've agreed to, you know, we allow them to stay. It's like, there's few that do go to eviction. I had one.
How long
I had one a
takes?
couple of weeks ago, yeah, where we locked them out. The sheriff comes with their guns. It's like ridiculous. I'm not even kidding. They come with their guns and like break down the door, protect the door. I'm like, seriously?
Really?
Yeah, because they have to make sure, you know, they have to regain
the power over
the possession of the property has to be regained. So the sheriff has to go in and make sure if they're not in there, or if they are, he removes them. We change the locks and they're locked out.
Wow.
So that's the final step, but it takes it's a long process.
How many months?
I mean, you have every opportunity to fix it along the way, especially if you stay in communication. So I've had like maybe 4 the whole time that I've been here, but it takes I don't, you know, it's different. It depends how long if the sheriff's backed it up, it can take a while, because when you schedule a lockout with the sheriff, you know, it could be 3 days, it can be 3 weeks. So.
Oh, okay. So you have to wait for them until they are available.
Right, and you have to go through attorney. It goes to court. You have a chance, like you're given a notice. You have a chance to go to court and negotiate a payment plan, which I had one tenant that did that, and that worked out. He made every payment. It was good. So it's just, you know, like I said, they work with them. It's really a last resort that we lock them out. And then they still, even after they're locked out, they still have one chance to come back and get all their stuff. So they give them one chance to just you have to schedule with the manager, and get a couple hours, go in there, take all the stuff that you want and all your belongings. I always tell them, like, bring help, bring a truck, get what you can. Yeah, because that's your only chance to get your stuff. So, and then they have, the debt on their, yeah. Okay. So an eviction on your credit's really bad. It's hard for you to get rent anywhere else. Yeah. I don't know if it's because the older buildings or whatnot, because, you know, we have 11 buildings, and they're all in the 1930s originally, and we just have people that jump off. I don't know. Not just the guy that jumped, but there was a lady that in the other building barricaded herself in. She bought all these portable air conditioners, so she made her room really super cold. She barricaded herself in, and then she just slit herself up, like, just with a knife, just cutting her, like, stabbed herself, bled out and died. And it was like, well, she always paid her rent on time, and so, like, when the 10th came up, her rent wasn't paid yet, then they went and checked on her, and they found her.
They found her really, really cold.
Gross, yeah, it's gross. So, yeah, it's crazy. You
said one of the units were vacant by Al Capone?
Yes, the penthouse. The one that you guys
went in. So the penthouse we went on top.
That you were in is the one where he used to rent, yeah.
Oh, that's pretty famous tenant for this building. Yeah, thank you very much for the tour and for the interview. It was awesome.
Yeah, you're welcome. No problem.